Hello, it's Miraculous Marley. Today I'm going to be trying out a game called Love Sam. It's an indie psychological horror about an obsessive stalker. Ooh. So I installed this a long time ago, but kind of put off reading it because it involves a lot of reading, but I'll give it a shot. I hear it's pretty creepy. Head towards the glowing door. Oh, that's the light switch. Duh. Okay. What's in my fridge? That is sad. That is unacceptable. No. I'm locked in my own house. Apartment, whatever. I'm just making sure. It's very dark in there. Okay. I'm just making sure there's nothing I can interact with before. Because I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to read that diary on the table. Just making sure there's nothing I have to do before then, but oh well, let's get to it. My dirty little secrets. Read to move on. The last human on Earth was sitting alone in a room. Is that me? There came a knock on the door. I've never cared for keeping a diary, but now seems to be a good time to start keeping one. Why? Because after all those years, I just can't forget about what used to be the light of my life. I know, overdramatic much? Knowing Brian Colmer as much as I did is bound to leave that big chunk of residue. Let's just say this diary is what's left of our relationship. 3 years ago. No, 3 years, no. 3 years have passed and the world around me is still the same. Well, except for me, I look like a mummified corpse. What would B say if he saw me again? B left Rosen Peak the moment he graduated high school to go to a fancy college of his dreams. Since then, I can only rely on my memories of him to keep on going. I wonder if it was the same for him too. When you love someone, his whole existence just gets etched into your brain. So no matter how much B changes, I will always know it's him. But will B do the same for me? I know B liked me a lot too, but he was not the most likely person to remember stuff. Considering how long 3 years felt for me, it's possible he did forget about me. Or am I giving him too little credit? So here comes the big question. Will he remember me? Okay. No. I'm not playing with the Ouija board. Oh, I can't. I have to. Dang it. Okay. What do I do? Need to charge your phone. So, do I? Okay, I grabbed the pen. So, do I get to pick yes or no? Will it affect the ending I get, which, depending on which one I pick? No, you're creepy. I don't think I want to remember you, so we'll say no. Okay. Oh. Who am I kidding? Like any of it matters now. Brian is a great guy and all, but after all this time, I can't be sure of anything. I just hope our time together was meaningful enough to him, enough to make him cherish even the darkest ones. Speaking of cherishable memories, I wonder what happened to Joe's Diner. Used to be my favorite place, naturally because it was B's favorite place to begin with. If there were two things that were too good for Rose and Peak, it would be Brian and Joe's Diner. Home of the best pancakes in the world. Burgers and pancakes. Things were so much easier back then. B could just go, hey, and I would be like, hey. Nothing but hanging out after that with some occasional visit to Colton Hill. We had such a good thing going. Will he remember my voice? Will he say hey to me again? Did time already... Is that breathing I hear? I think it was breathing. Will he remember my voice? Will he say hey to me again? Did time already ruin our moments? Oh yeah, then there goes my phone. I just wanted to say hello every time I called him. But what I want to do and can do are two... Oh no, 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 no! I'm not tripping, am I? I heard the door. Oh look, that wasn't there before. Left me a heart, thanks. How nice. Okay, I'm just gonna keep reading. Okay, but what I want to do and can do are two different things, as always. Just enjoying B's presence on the other side of the phone was satisfying too in a way, though. Hey, I imagine him eagerly waiting to hear something other than my breath. Oh, so that was breathing. I wish I could sneak into people's minds. Look. Okay, this is creepier than I thought it was gonna be. Oh no, please don't be a face in there. I'm not even gonna look. Okay, I wish I could sneak into people's minds, look beyond their eyes just by staring. If I had that power, I would never stop looking through B's window. Oh no. I'm scared, so this game is really playing on one of my biggest fears. Just... Okay. Let's look at the window. Okay, nothing there. So I accidentally stopped recording and I missed a note and now I can't go back to it. But I'll just keep going, that's fine. Okay. If I had that power, I would never... Okay, I already read that. Will B remember the moment he came into my life? For me, it is as clear as the moment he left. So clear that the downfall of our relationship still cuts deep into my heart. There's a blood stain. It's pointing to stranger. Stranger is pointing to friend. Friend is pointing to special someone. Oh wait, maybe the special someone is pointing to the bloodstain. Are you gonna kill me? Yeah, life in Rose and Peak was a jar filled with bittersweet candies. Not exactly tasteful, but I learned to enjoy it. Nevertheless, it's where my heart lies. Wrote a poem in B's memory. He used to struggle with Miss Leslie's poetry practices, even if he didn't have to try that hard. Miss Leslie always told us poetry is not about using fancy words. Let your feelings do all the work. Well, this is how I feel. I stand at his doorstep, heart filled with desire. He rushes down the stairs, heart red like fire. But before his spirit can soar, first he must answer the door. Please don't knock on my door. Knock knock. Who's there? go see who. No, I don't want to do that. Come on. Okay, no one there. I'm gonna turn around and somebody's gonna jump scare me. Or not. Stacy is a classic, FYI. She's the one who talked crap about my favorite vintage shirt. It's like she jumped straight out of a cheesy teen drama. Blonde, hot, always talking, and a cheerleader. She even has a beefy jock for a boyfriend. I didn't want to start talking shit about someone already, but how could I resist? Every time I get in Stacy's view, triggered an obvious backbite. Okay, I'm seriously starting to think she's under a curse that kills her if she stopped talking about someone else. I'm Stacy, I'm pretty. Sadly, coping with her bitchiness wasn't the hardest part of the day. Mom called again. As far as she knows, it's just rainbows and butterflies here in Rosen Peak. I can still remember the complicated face she made when I told her that my application was accepted by Wainwright. None of us were expecting them to approve a transfer request of an 11th grader. Even if she told me she understands my need to move out of the city, I really feel guilty for leaving her alone. You already used up your last runaway chance, Sam. Get yourself together. If not for you, for Mom. Hey, no. Other Wainwright kids were so predictable. Their doors were already open even before I put my hand on the knob. But B's door was closed shut and so beautifully painted. What was that? Everyone liked him, but I couldn't get him to open up. I knew there was something more behind that pretty paint, something behind his bright smile. But, on the other hand, being able to hang out with him was a good enough blessing for me, enough to make me want to never leave his side. Never, ever. Oh no. It's getting closer. Getting closer. Oh! Oh! Oh no. That scared me. These notes just keep materializing in front of me. My first Rosen Peak weekend. As the name itself gives away, the small town fits perfectly as a setting for a mystery/horror genre. Lush forest, endless hills, and a lake that I'm certain is hiding a couple of dead bodies. I could pay a visit one day and take some gorgeous shots. As for now, I'm just gonna leave this, what is that? POL on my to-do list, which is already filled with crazy amount of homework. I now know why youngsters of Wainwright will try their best to get as far away from school as possible after class, to escape from choking on the pressure that teachers give them. Even on weekdays, pretty girls like Stacy will have their boyfriends give them a ride, and others make use of the power of public transportation to get to the more crowded part of town. It does feel too quiet with no one left in school, but at least I don't feel as lonely as I was in San Diego. At least I don't have to watch everyone I know turn their faces away like I'm some kind of demon spawn. At least I don't have to be reminded how fucked up things can be in a single moment. Moving on won't be easy, but as long as I keep myself busy, it won't be that hard. As for my weekend plan, I'll just improvise in the morning. Write you later. Love, Sam. B was always pushing his limits. Well, it was more like he was always being pushed, but he was good at it. That's why he naturally became the best quarterback of the team while maintaining a high grade for a star player. B was the best quarterback Wainwright could ask for. Oh wait, sorry, I read that kind of weird. Anyway, seeing him running all sweaty on the field always triggered something tingly within me, something that made me want to catch him behind his back and never let go. Okay. All sorts of feelings and thoughts were pumped restlessly into my brain with every heartbeat. It gave me a bad headache. A good kind of bad headache. I wanted it to stop. I wanted it to never stop. But as soon as B gave me that, hey, all those headaches were washed away, it used to be the best prescription I could ask for. Take away the pain and let only the good things stay. Hey. Hi. What's that circle for? No! Okay. It's dark, I can't see a thing. Okay, there. For a boarding school, way right intellectuals are not that interested in becoming intelligent. I visited the library today and two things surprised me. One, the place was much bigger than the one in my old school. Someone could get lost in here. Two, I had a strong feeling that people rarely visit the library, maybe because they fear being lost in there. The place was too clean. Even the books show little signs of human touch. Now I feel sorry for complaining about Miss Lasley's book assignment. I wonder if Stacy is even thinking of picking a book. With her admiring her boyfriend Kyle's tattoo all day, I doubt she has spare time to do that. Is she depending on Kyle to do the reading for her? Seriously? According to what I saw so far, he's either busy reacting to whatever's coming out of Stacy's mouth or working up some shenanigans with his jock buddy. Brian, was it? So, yeah, right. In the meantime, I should be more concerned about myself than the well-being of the whole school. We too cool for books. Oops. Open those eyes, no need for words. The sweetest love songs those eyes utters. Who is that? So turn around and sing for me. Okay. The Grudge, is that you? There was someone sitting in that chair. Okay. What crazy shit am I gonna find in here? What? This sucker just took a picture of me. Turn the lights on. I guess I can't. Not sure what the stick is for. Self-defense, maybe? Visited the library again. A bit more people than before. And among them was Brian. It's not worth the bother, but seeing a major skank's boyfriend's bud wandering around in the library is uncanny by anyone's standards. He must have been there to pick the book for Miss Lasley's assignment. I almost got too close to him trying to see what he was going to pick. I really hope he didn't notice that. I'd rather be known as a regular geek than a creepy one. A jock in the library? Now I've seen everything. Woe is me. Hate to admit, but seeing Brian at the library was today's only diary-worthy event. Probably because it's the only human interaction that didn't give me the sensation of someone talking behind my back. At least today's entry is a tad more meaningful than what I wrote yesterday. I need to revise my book options now. Write you later. Love, Sam. Oh, there's the picture she took of me under the bed. Oh no. I miss him even when I'm with him. I see him even when he is not looking. Okay, here we go. I'm taking the stick with me just in case. What? It was Mr. Kane's ninth psychology class, and he still managed to come up with another lame activity. This time, he gave each of us a sheet and made us write down some of our own personal traits. For the next 2 cringy minutes, I managed to squeeze out some of the aspects of myself that I could hate less. After that, Mr. Kane told us to think about whether or not others would agree to each of them. He called it re-engaging the perspective towards oneself, blah blah blah. Wow, like I really needed to reevaluate my stupid self. But it's not the dumb subconscious exercise that's bugging me right now. When the papers were being passed around, Brian, yep, him again, kinda smiled at me. That's nice. It's 11 p.m. now. Why am I writing about this? It's most likely an accidental glance, but I still don't know why the very image hovered in my head for the rest of the class. Okay, the rest of the day. Stupid brain probs wants an excuse for screwing up today's math test. Get out of my brain, Brian. As the time we spent together grew longer, one question kept on growing with it. What does the me look like in B's eyes? Read that differently, but basically said the same thing. Does he see me as I see him? Does he see me as I see myself? Does he see me as I want him to? I screamed in agony, but there was nobody even to hear it. Will others think that I... Okay, so we'll fill it out. Will others think that I do not overthink? Let's go with yes. Will others think that I would never lie to my friends? Yeah. Never use others for my personal gains. You don't seem like the type, so I'll just put yes. Won't betray anyone close to me. Put yes. Never act on impulse. I'm just gonna say no. Don't run away from my responsibilities. Yes. Am I a fucking freak? No. Just trying to be nice. I was returning some of the books I checked out when he came out of nowhere. Hey, anything worth reading? I never thought the voice was aimed at me, but my heart was somehow already skipping a beat. Brian had to tap me on the shoulder to get my complete attention. Sam, right? I saw you going in and out of the library, he said with a buttery voice. It's not like I've been stalking you or anything. I come here from time to time to get this stupid assignment out of the way so I can focus on my games. Well, soon you're the one who's going to be stalked. He said he couldn't find anything interesting to read, and since all he could think of were comics, he could use some guidance. My mind was still jumbled up from the ambush. All I remember saying is, how about Misery? Stephen King's works are good enough to get you started, 'cause boys like any story with blood and breaking bones, right? Oh God. I don't recall how the rest of the conversation went, but I'm certain he said, see you later, at some point, and I said, yeah, see ya. Misery. Real nice, Sam. If Brian didn't know you were a weirdo, he does now. I sure do. But I did. I did for B. All of them. Because I loved him. Why couldn't he just understand? Others were nothing but poison. I was the only one who truly cared. But B didn't even appreciate the things I've done for him. Oh, she's getting mad now. I never wanted a drama. I never wanted a poem-ish life. What? Poemish? A tender, subtle love story written only for his eyes. It's totally fine if no one else gets it, as long as B does. B was always welcome in my world. I gave him the key to it. Even if he lost it, he could always come back to our world to find it. And I think it's a good time to come back now, B. Let's go back to our small world, where I placed my heart at everywhere you loved. Let's go back. Oh. Oops. What the? What? This is different. But I know he's not coming back. I will never hear that hey ever again. I will never know what's behind his door locked tight with smiles. Because I gave him my key and B didn't. Got 2 more hearts and a letter. Turns out the lake does have a history of having a dead body in it. I know this because I visited there. I visited there because Brian took me there. What? It all happened so fast. I was outside the yard reading when Brian appeared out of nowhere, again. He said hey and started telling me how he actually enjoyed the book and how he never read the same book twice in his life. And since he was heading out, he offered me to give me a tour of the town. So earlier I thought that said 2, but it says 10. I'm dumb. 10 minutes later we were passing Joe's Diner, home of the world famous pancakes, says Brian. There was also an arcade across the diner. Brian hates the place because it's teeming with 10-year-olds. The donut shop was Brian's must-go-to place too, unlike the music store, which, according to him, seriously needs to restock. I found my own does that say POI, poi? I'm gonna feel dumb later. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, just like I realized 2 was actually 10. A bookstore. It was weird seeing a bookstore and a gym standing side by side though. At the end of the tour, I finally got to taste that sweet pancake Brian worshipped. Out of the window, I could see the weird, gigantic hill that was also visible from my dorm room. Brian revealed that it's his secret base of some kind since few people actually visit Colton Hill. He jokingly said he could take me there when I'm cool enough. After dinner, Brian dropped me off at the bus station and drove off to meet up with his friends. I was exhausted but hyped up beyond my limits. I can't sleep. How can I when the whole day just feels like a dream? Okay, so I had to think about it for a second. So that does say POI, but it stands for point of interest. That would make sense. Okay, so Brian likes Colton Hill. The diner. And did he say donut shop? I think it was donut shop. Okay, got it right. I miss Morning Dew Bakery. B never shut up about its donuts. So tasty. They did taste sweet just like Bee's heart. Each bite was another memory to savor. But just like a donut, it had an expiration date. It turned cold and bitter. What was that? What was that? I miss its warmth. I miss its sweetness. I need it. I need to eat it up. Alright. What now? Wait. Fridge is open and there's... Can I eat it? Actually, you know what? I probably don't want to do that. But they did talk about warmth, or she did talk about warmth, so I'll maybe heat it up in the microwave. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. The golems just obliterated the hammerheads today. I now know why they say Brian and Kyle are more than buds. I would have called them an awesome duo too if only Kyle wasn't an assload of a douche. I mean, the guy has his name tattooed on his arm. Call me old-fashioned, but I think he should go to a hospital and get that ego checked out, 'cause it must be swollen huge. At least he leaves me alone, other than giving me that creepy stare when I pass by. I understand how Stacy can keep hanging out with him, but Brian? They do say we sometimes become friends with those who are at the opposite ends, so maybe it's not such a weird thing. For me, the real win was the photos I took of Brian. Watch out for Sam Holt, the rising teenage stalker. Bringing the Polaroid camera I bought years ago during my camera geek phase seems like a good idea now. I know I promised myself to stay away from people, stay away from the drama, but when I look at Brian, when he talks to me, it feels like maybe, just maybe, it's okay to have a little drama for myself. I'm not ready to define what this feeling is, but for now, I'm going to label it as looking for a shoulder to cry on, and just shove it under my bed, just like the pictures I took today. I hated every moment I was not with B. I was helpless. Every day, I wanted to call him, just so we could chat, but I was afraid of what Brian would think of it. It could even hurt his reputation. When I finally worked up the nerve to call, all I could do was listen to him say hello. That was as far as our late night phone call chit-chat could go. I hung up, wondering if he knew who was on the other end of the line. I remember the strong burning sensation that came every time I called him. That red, fiery sensation. Red. So fucking red. Red everywhere. Sam plus Brian. Finish what you started. I know exactly what I have to do. Ooh! What? Okay. Is that good enough for you? Nope. Okay. Oh. No. Close that. Oh, I can't. What'd you do? You broke my window. Oh, it's getting blurry. Oh, oops. Ah. Why? What? Did I do it wrong? I guess that's why that happened. Oh no, I have to do it all over again. Come on. No! Come on. There. Oh! You little stinker. I don't know if I like this. Sam, meet me at Colton Hill. You know where to find me. Oh, that scared me. Oh. Okay. I didn't think it would, but this game is doing a great job of scaring me. Due date for Miss Lastly's book report is right around the corner and I'm still not finished. We'll stop procrastinating. If only I wasn't too disturbed. Normally, I wouldn't bother reading a teen romance story, but for some reason I thought, hey, why not? The premise for Mingled itself is pretty generic. Jenny has a huge crush on her childhood friend Michael, but she can't get Michael to think of her as more than just friends. She reaches a conclusion that it's because of all those girls around him. So she starts making a list of all the basic girls who also have a crush on Michael. What she's planning to do with the list is yet to be revealed. If I can finish reading the book by tomorrow, I'll be able to finish the report with enough time for a revise. P.S. I wonder how Brian is doing with his assignments. Why am I interested? Because he's been asking for my help with some of his works and I gladly agreed to. Why would I do all that? Because by helping Brian focus on his practices so we can bring trophies to our beloved school, it's safe to say I'm part of a bigger cause. Not like I'm doing this for personal reasons, right? I wanted to read Brian like a book, peep into his beautiful head. That's my window. Fill it with the desires I had to secretly incubate. You. Desires of whispering words like, don't leave me, don't go away, don't smile for others. Please don't look away. Oh, it's trying to turn me around. Where's my light? Oh no, no, no. Really? Stacy invited everyone to the late post-victory party at her place this Friday. Weird that she told me Stacy invited everyone to the late post-victory party at her place this Friday. Weird that she told me this at the hallway herself. The sudden act of courtesy was enough to leave me frozen. But to think of it, a self-conscious beauty queen like Stacy would love showing off how tolerant she could be. I prefer celebrating quietly in my room, but since the party is practically being held for Brian, I thought it would be sort of rude for me not to be there. He was nothing but nice to me since I met him, so the least I could do was show up. Plus, I could probably witness the face Stacy makes when she sees I actually had the nerve to show up. Maybe, just maybe, I could even piss her off if I managed to strike a conversation with Brian. An Omega hanging out with an Alpha? Kyle would be busy comforting Stacy, fuming about how I mess up her ecosystem. No peer pressure, Sam. Just clean drinks and hopefully some casual talk with Brian. What could possibly go wrong? Like staring into closed eyes, I could never know if B knew I was looking at him. Did he even know I was there? Maybe he knew, but simply didn't care. The only thing looking back is my decaying sanity. I wanted to look away so much, but what's the point when the stench is still there? I started to think the only way to get B's attention was to throw myself off Colton Hill. How did I come so low? All I wanted was a chance to show how I feel about B without any noise getting in the way. I still could have had some peace with Brian, despite all the shit I had to deal with. Brian was super likable. Everyone liked everything about him. They couldn't stop smiling when Brian started talking. The smiles they gave him made me want to puke. They smile as if their relationships with Brian mean much more than the one I have with B. Wait. So I kind of know this before, but why, like, every now and then, like, she'll talk about B and Brian like they're two different people. And yet, I was the only one left with a broken heart when he left Rosen Peak. B was so determined about leaving that being a star player wasn't enough for him. B needed to be a fucking model student. Nothing says pick me to college admission like a spotless student record. You can't just shake up my whole world and leave. Actually, yeah, I can. What? hell is going on? Suicide suspected in death of missing teenager. The girl of 17 who was found dead at Colton Hill likely ended her own life, police says. Sam Holt, a transfer student of Wainwright Academy, had been reported missing for 6 days until Rosen Peak authorities discovered her body in the forest. Due to heavy days of heavy rain around the time of her death, the investigation on Miss Holt's death faced a few challenges. However, interviews with school faculty members and its students led to the possibility that she threw herself off the cliff of Colton Hill. After months of rejection from her peers, she was rarely seen with others, says one of her former teachers. She was even publicly humiliated just before her disappearance. It must have worked as the tipping point for her. Rosen Peak Police says the fall did not kill Sam instantly. It is possible she gasped for air through her broken neck before dying. Ooh. Wainwright Academy now faces a suspicion of neglecting its students, led by the mother of... Mother of who? So it's Sam's ghost that's haunting me. Oh man, everything's gone wrong. All my senses are screaming in pain. I don't even remember drinking any booze. The pain only escalated the moment Brian texted me, "You feeling okay?" No, I was not okay, and why is Brian asking me this? Did I do something to him? According to Brian, I went from being quiet to crazy happy and cute. His words, not mine. Real quick. I was so close to being the center of the party that he had to bring me back to the dorm. Why can't I remember any of them? Congrats, Sam. You've reached a new low in life. Shit. Is this it? Is this how I die? I sincerely asked Brian if there was a good place to kill myself. He said, maybe now is a good time to show you my secret hideout, since I passed the test by showing the whole school a different me. Is he seriously going to take me to his Colton Hill hideout? Tomorrow, I'm going to the so-called most romantic place in Rosen Peak with Brian. There's something in my head that's keeping me awake, and it's not a hangover. Okay, I'm coming. Here we go. Why is there a restroom outside of our apartment? That's completely normal. Oh, I see someone over there. What were you looking at? So I kind of have a crazy theory. I don't know. So this note right here says, Sam, meet me at Colton Hill. You know where to find me. So Sam goes to meet Brian, and then she falls off the hill. So what if Brian's a murderer? I don't know, just a thought. OMG, Brian actually took me to Colton Hill. The hideout Brian mentioned had a wonderful view of the small town. The whole place under the golden sunset. The best part of this spot was that it is quite hidden and unsafe. You could easily roll down the hill if you are careless or drunk. And no one could find you for days. How awesome is that? Being drunk with that wonderful moment didn't cause any accident though. We sat there for less than an hour, but it felt like an eternity. I can't even remember what we talked about. I do remember saying how beautiful Rosen Peak is, and Brian being all meh about it. I guess you can get fed up with views like this too. Today's only regret is that I failed to bring the true essence of the hills view back with me. There's a reason why I gave up photography as a hobby in the first place. At least the close-up shot of Brian was not half as bad. When I came back down from the hill, it became clear that my life just became a bit more messed up now. I know because I really want to talk to Brian again soon. Help me get to sleep quickly today, diary. Love, Sam. Brian's secret hideout. A closed Colton Hill hiking route discovered by himself so he can hide from the world around him. Not a flashy place, but it had a great view. All of life's problems. Colton Hill, our sanctuary. I wished it could be our special place. Hours and hours only. Colton Hill is nothing but a rock pile of blood-soaked memories now. Why did he have to break my fucking heart? Was I just one of his many friends? Maybe that's it. That's why he wanted to leave, even after I told him we won't be together anymore. He thought he was too good for Rosen Peak and me. To him, I was just a background in his picture. Would you stop that? Seriously. I do not like my picture taken without permission. You don't deserve a face. Well, looks like I don't really have one. The book report was finished days ago, but I can't stop thinking about Mingle. Sorry? What the f- It's the Polaroid camera. Hope you remember how to take a picture. Oh, that's not what I... Okay, I'm just finished reading the note. The book report was finished days ago, but I can't stop thinking about Mingled. Mostly because my stupid brain thinks I'm sorta like the main character, Jenny. To summarize the rest of the book, Jenny goes on this jealousy-fueled sabotage rampage on every girl who has a crush on Michael. I know it sounds horrible without context, but it's actually kinda cute. She finally stands on top, but Michael finds out what she's done. He breaks Jenny's heart, saying he can't be sure of who she is anymore. Things work out in the end, but that's not why I sympathize with the dorky psycho girl. Brian is just like Michael. Popular, has killer biceps, busy hanging out with people. I can't see what he wants because of all the noise around him. I know he wants to go to college, but what about beyond the boring stuff? What kind of person does he like? What does he think about me? He told me about his mom, how she died of cancer last year. It must have been so hard trying to look okay in front of everyone who's depending on him. I sometimes feel like he can't see me because he's so busy trying to meet everyone's expectations. I know how those around us can be hurtful, and it's dangerous to rely on them so much. I just wish I could tell Brian one day that I'm here for him. Oh no, I think I might know where this is going. See if I can read some of the diary first. More of the diary. Brian got what he wanted in the end. He left Rosen Peak as soon as he was given the chance. As for me, I was left to suffocate in the hole of tainted memories until I drown with my own endless nightmare. Don't leave me. Every day, every night, I'm surrounded by whispers. Whispers that lie, whispers that eat away my brain piece by piece, no matter how I try to... See, maybe? Oh God, I hear them again. Are you in a healthy relationship? Take this quick survey and find out. No. Oh, I can't choose no. One must take as much as one gives. Sure. Obsession is a stronger form of love. It depends. I'm just gonna say yes. No one can have what you can't. No. B never loved you. Oh, they're both no. Okay, sure. Because you're a selfish little shit. No. All your problems are caused by you. It's all your fault. It's not my fault. Your server results looks like your eyes are still closed. It's like listening to your own voice only. Okay. Keep listening then. Maybe you'll understand something this time. Okay. Just gonna be more breathing. Yep. Okay, I get it. You can hang up now. It's getting worse. The fucking shithole town left a disgusting crack on my heart. And it's getting bigger and bigger. The voices I hear from the crack are getting louder. I see more and more eyes staring at me through the gap. Miss Lastly gave us an easy poetry assignment for once. She said it's okay to make a parody of the classics as long as we stick to the ABCB pattern. So I took the liberty of letting my imagination go ABC berserk. Here's a slight taste of my early work. Roses are red, violets are blue, my life would have sucked if it wasn't for you. Call me Sam Spear, or is it Holt Spear? I could have waited for Brian to ask for my help with homework again. But I decided to make the first move this time. And guess what? He said he can handle it alone. Call me paranoid, but I'm worried I might have hurt Brian's pride. That's what happens when Sam opens her idiot mouth or uses her idiot brain. P.S. I've decided to carry my diary in my bag. The doors in the girls' dorm are way too easy to open. Not as easy as Stacy, though, if you know what I mean. I even saw one of the girls using a notepad to crack her door open. Besides, I have this weird hunch someone's been reading my diary. I've decided not ignore this hunch. Okay. When I ran out of places to run, I had only one solution. Now my memories are scattered all over the dark. Now I must look for them. I know exactly what I gotta do now. Oh, I don't like this. What? Oh, I saw an extra page. Okay. So there's 4. Oh, no. What? I missed that. I can't see because my overlay. I'll read that later. Oh, I have to put it back. Yep. That's creepy. Oh. Oh, see, I'm supposed to be reading these. I indulge your gaze. I cherish your smile. Um, Coward. Do I have to turn off the lights? I think so. Be my endless sun rays. Oh, I see it. Huh. Keep me forever warm. Okay, so one was... I'm just gonna put them in the order I found them. Well, I indulge your gaze. I cherish your smile. Be my endless sun rays. And that's not it. Okay, so it was smile, gaze, warm, sun rays. With Brian preparing for a rematch with the Hammerheads, I once again gladly gave him a hand with the non-important homework stuff. I must say, the teachers here don't give their poor students a break just because a test is over. It's not like I'm burdened with helping out, but Brian is really trying hard to get good grades. From what I heard, he doesn't have much to worry about going to college since he's practically a local football star. Maybe his pushy police chief dad raised him to be an overachiever. It's funny how a model athlete like Brian got friends like Kyle, who always find excuses to pull him out of school. It's unfair, really. As long as you are a sports star, you'll end up with douches like him no matter how nice a person you are. I don't speak with Kyle much, but I don't need talk to know what he's like. First of all, his girlfriend is friggin' Stacy Lannings. The stare he gives me when I pass by is enough to creep me out for the whole day. It would be lucky if Stacy didn't come along and start yapping about how Brian is out of my league. She has Kyle to play with, so why would she even care? Like, ask her boyfriend out for a drive, geez. Have a nice life with him so Brian can stay out of the poison he does not deserve. Here we go again. Gotta check. That's where I was sitting. Okay, yeah. We get it. I wake up without waking up. Same rainy... Bye. I wake up without waking up. Same rainy night. My lifeless room. Endless nightmare. Stop it. Okay, Grudge. Oh, so oh yeah. So she broke her neck, and the Grudge breaks her neck as well, which is why she makes that noise. Alright. I'm coming. What the fuck are you smiling at? Oh, she didn't like that. What do I do? What was that? The heck? Oh, so it killed me. Go install. What? What? Oh, I saw something. I saw a door open. Okay, finally. My god. I don't know why that was so hard. Oh. This is for B. Don't pussy out. Push the shutter. Don't do it. What? Oh, you're nothing but trash. You belong here. I know. No, it would be nice if I could run. I hear that thing. Run! So, sound like it was getting closer. Wow. So whoever was here totally trashed my place. Cause that's what I am, right? There was a consulting session for Greenheart University student programs. They call it GUSP, LOL. What the fuck? At the gym today. I've seen its posters all over the school since the day I arrived. I had nothing better to do, so I decided to give a visit and spend my precious after school time reading brochures. And once again, just like at the library, I was surprised to see Brian there. He was at the early decision program booth. I wanted to talk to him, but instead I ran from my room, jumped to my bed, and out of nowhere, tears started to drop. I bet it was because of those stupid hearts. Yep, I saw those hearts again. Now they were on the gym walls too. Whoever drew them must be very insecure about the relationship. Insecure like me. Deep down, I know I want my own hearts on the walls too. But seeing Brian at the university booth felt like finally getting punched by reality. I have no idea what I'll be doing in a couple of years. I thought of staying here at Rosen Peak, but with Brian preparing to leave, there's just no point to it. No Brian, no hearts on the wall. God, it's like my brain's creating a storm. I'm just gonna lie down for a bit. Hopefully I'll wake up next week. My life is nothing but a repetition of waking up with nothing to live for. Not even a false hope to look forward to this time. Long time ago, when I finally got to accept my feelings for Brian, I thought everything was going to change. But every day was still just like every day. He was still a school star. I was still his friend. When you live at Rosen Peak, people expect things to stay the same. If anything changed between us, it could ruin B and everything around him. So that's how it went. Nothing changed when my whole world burned. I kept telling myself maybe after graduation I'll be able to express my feelings for him. I let the fire in my heart eat through my soul and body. I called myself a coward, but I chose to keep what little I had to enjoy. I was a poor kid crawled up in bed. Her. The first one said you. This one says her. Poor? Do I really deserve that charity title? Am I really the victim of all this? Who is here to judge me anyway? It's all over. Everyone left me. So why do I have to feel like I'm being chased? Like someone's always watching me? Like someone's always trying to judge me? From Stacy. I'm texting Stacy. So how did the invite go? Was she in or not? Oh, she's coming. Dorks like her who can't say no to party like this. I'm confused on on who I'm playing as. Sweet, time to give her the drama she wants so bad. I know I used half of this diary writing about Stacy being a bitch, but now she's just unstable. It wasn't even past the first class when I saw her arguing like crazy with Kyle. Heard her shouting something like, "I'm done doing shit for you," before storming away. Then she saw me. I was her next target. She strutted towards me and said, "This is all your fault. Why don't you go back to fucking San Diego?" Whoa, what did I do? She was off before I could even open my mouth. I turned to Kyle for answers, but he was gone too. Come to think of it, I rarely saw them hanging out recently, but I didn't know things were this intense. Brian's been acting weird too, though. He hasn't talked to me much recently. He even looks somewhat more upset than usual. I finally tried to ask him what was wrong, but he cut me short asking if I called him last night again. All I could give was a blank face until Brian said never mind and walked away. What was that about? What did he mean by again? Calling him in the middle of the night for no reason is something I've dreamed of, but that doesn't mean I actually did it. What the hell is going on? Your guess is as good as mine. It's because of her. The moment she came into our lives, what little I had to enjoy started to crumble. Only bad changes happened in my life, no matter how hard I tried to protect it. A city girl just asking to become an outsider. That was all she was to me. Hell, that was all she was to everyone else, even to B. But then, I saw them talking at the library. I couldn't see clearly, but I could know it from B's face. He was making her smile. It was another smile taunting my feelings for B. No one would ever know what kind of emotions I was hit with at that moment. A change was happening, and I didn't like it at all. Stacy didn't like it either. And she could never stand letting an easy social prey slip away from her. Naturally, Stacy took a peek into her diary one day. She took pictures of some of the entries and sent them to me and her gang. She wanted everyone to join her twisted and childish game. The diary had no special meaning to me, not until I read about how Brian took that cunt on a fucking tour of the town. What? He had no interest. No, I'm just confused on who is this? Who is writing this? He had no interest in girls whatsoever, and suddenly now he's hanging out with an outsider? That moment I got tired of doing nothing. I knew I had to do something, so I gave Stacy an idea. It was going to be easy. Spike her drink, get her wasted, and humiliate the shit out of this city girl in front of everyone. Only then she would know her place. It could have been so simple, only if B didn't get in the way. Bummer. I was hoping to do nasty stuff to her drunk ass. Still can't believe Brian had to take her away like that. Well, needy bitches like Sam do make some people feel sorry. She did mention something about her dad in her diary. But she has some nasty daddy issues too. Got an idea. How about we show everyone how needy a bitch can be? Sounds fun. But how? Leave it to me. Just keep reading her diary once in a while. What's going on in here? What the fuck are you smiling at? That's creepy. Okay. I don't even know how to describe what happened this morning. This is fucked up. My hands are shaking again. It started when I opened my locker and something poured out. For a few seconds, my brain was cut off from whatever was happening. When I finally looked down, there were dozens of pictures scattered on the hallway floor. All of them were pictures of Brian with gibberish written on them. The whole school was at the hall. They looked at the pictures, then at me, and then at the pictures. Brian was there too. The face he gave me, the face of disgust. He turned away and left. He didn't even say anything. I tried to chase him, say something, anything to him. But the floor started spinning and people started whispering, like they knew what was going on. The air soon began to choke my throat. I swept what was on the floor and ran off to class. Of course, Stacy must have something to do with this. I looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. The rest of the day was about nothing but avoiding eye contact with anyone. I can't sleep. Brian's not answering any of my texts. There's no one to talk to. B kept saying nothing was going on between them. But I wasn't about to believe everything was just rainbows and butterflies. How could you? Lies, lies, lies. In my eyes, Sam was using Brian to fill her sad, empty life. I couldn't let that happen. She wanted drama she didn't deserve. She doesn't deserve shit. She doesn't get to barge in and start stealing the life I've only dreamed of. Stacy kept doing what she does best, digging into others' secrets. She sent pictures of the little shit's diary pages to me. That's how I found out about their little trip to Colton Hill. It was our hideout since first year of high school, and her presence turned it into fucking nothing. How could B do this to us? Ew, something in my eye. The only way to break them apart was to show Brian what a creep she was. So, Sam is not the stalker? I kept reading the disgusting words she wrote on her diary. At the same time, I felt something. A reminder of how I felt when I fell for B. How it felt so right and terribly wrong. Screaming into my pillow never helped with making the feelings go away. Did you find the diary yet? Babe, I think you're taking this too seriously. Did you find it or not? I think she knows I'm sneaking into her room. I can't find it anywhere. Babe, don't you think you're too obsessed with breaking them up? You're giving up now? Forget it. Please, babe, maybe Brian doesn't even like the girl. I said forget it. I'm so tired. Okay, the school counselor called me today. Mr. Ferns asked me if the rumors were true. Rumors that I've been leaving heart drawings all over school. Rumors that I've been stalking Brian. At this point, the whole school must be out of its mind. I didn't even know the letters in the fucking hearts spelled S and B. And what just because the initials are S and B, suddenly every name that starts with them are either Sam or Brian? And guess what? Even crazier words are on the streets. Sam Holt, the daughter of a child molester, craves forbidden love. How on earth does Stacy find out about Dad? Why would she do so much to fuck up my life? And where the fuck is she? Is she... You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting for Brian to listen to me. I'm tired of looking for words that describe this fucked up situation. I can't believe I have to go through this again. So far from home and so soon. Brian, please, say something. Then I remembered she wrote something about her dad. It must have had something to do with her existence in my life. I started digging. It wasn't even a challenge. Keith Holt arrested for sexually assaulting a teenager. It was beautiful. I found the perfect ending. All I had to do next was fill in the rest of the story. You are messed up. From Brenda Jones. OMG, how could Sam Holt not kill herself? My dad went on the news for touching teenage girls. That's bye-bye world for me. Sam Holt calls Brian from a payphone in the middle of the night and silently listens to his voice. Sam Holt takes Brian's picture and keeps them hidden in her locker. Sam Holt draws hearts all over the school to let others know Brian is hers. A needy city girl with serious issues. She was just a disaster waiting to happen. No one, not even Brian, would think otherwise. I made all the preparations while Stacy spread the rumors I created. It was never easy. I once almost got caught taking a picture of Brian using the restroom. But I kept going. Every picture I took was a love confession I could never make. Every heart I drew was my sacrifice for him. And in the end, I got what I wanted. When enough suspicion piled up on Sam, I stuffed all the pictures I took into her locker. It was a happy coincidence that B was there to see the spectacular unfold when it happened. It was over. Things were about to turn back to normal. And then Stacy's drama-filled head exploded. Hide. Something coming to get me? Ooh. Hi, coward. Ugh. Oh, do I go when the lights are off? Yeah. Maybe you'll be able to live again. Oh, dang it, went too soon. There's the next one. Finally, move on. LOL, JK, you're gonna die. I'm done watching you get away with the shit you've done to me. Did you really think I wouldn't find out? That you've been using me to break Sam and Brian apart so you can have some fun with her? Well, I had my share of fun when I told Brian what you've been doing. You should have seen the face he made when I got to the part of you drawing those retarded hearts all over the school. Hope you enjoy your happy life now, that there's no Brian to get in your way. Oh, by the way, I saw you staring at that college poster. What, did you like the girl in the poster too? Is that why you tore her face off? You need help. Don't bother calling me Stacy. Please, man. Stacy got it all wrong. It's just a misunderstanding. I was just trying to prevent Sam from getting into your head. Please, B, don't do this. Text me back, please. So, my Kyle? The day Stacy told Brian was the last day he talked to me. He was so angry at me. He would never understand what I did for him. Typical, so fucking typical. Again, I was left alone to suffer. This time, someone had to pay for it. Oh. So it wasn't actually Brian who... Well, what? Yeah, so it wasn't actually Brian who gave her the letter. Which way? We'll go this way. Okay, I'll head towards the red light. Oh! Oh! I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I hate that thing. Okay, I did it. Alright, let's go. So I'm actually Kyle. Wow. Waiting for someone? So their lives are ruined because of you. Oh. Somebody gotta get her bag. Oh, stick. So yeah, that's... Okay, so use the stick to get the bag. Oh, geez. Okay. So that makes sense. So we got the diary out of her bag. Just not gonna read it, just gonna let it. What am I supposed to do? Oh. Now we're just gonna leave. Forget it all happened. It was an accident. I never meant to kill her. Or maybe I did. Did I? But does it matter now? Did any of what I did matter? I left the team soon after what happened at Colton. After that, the school. From what I've heard, Brian easily got accepted into the university. He left town right after graduation. The fact that he's a star athlete with notable school record worked like a charm. He's been growing the idea of leaving Rosen Peak since his mom died. Living alone with his obnoxious dad didn't help much with being attached to his hometown. We never got to talk about it seriously. Brian didn't really want to. But every time he hinted about leaving, I tried so hard to ignore what it meant for me. Even those college posters all over the school were laughing at me. They were making fun of the impending doom. They were all saying, "Haha, see? You're gonna die, alone here." Maybe I knew. I knew that B took an interest in Sam because she was just a clueless new girl who was lonely enough to do anything for any guy who was nice to her. But jealousy is a strong creature. It quickly devoured my mind. Soon, anger took control of me, and I just needed someone to be mad at other than Brian. Even after he left me, anger stayed. It devoured me whole. And again, it's time to wake up. But wake up for what? To be greeted by the fact that I must start running around in circles again? That I must stick needles into my body so I can forget my past for a few fucking minutes? It's just like that story Miss Lastly once told us about. The shortest horror story in the world. The last man on earth heard a knock on the door. I'm alone in my room. I'm alone in this world. There's someone knocking on the door. I don't know who it is, but I keep the door locked. No one comes in, no one goes out. I'm so tired. I just want it to end. Let's just wake up. Let's just open the door. I don't care who or what's waiting for me. But what about my diary, the one I've been keeping to remind myself of how I'm the victim of everything that's happened? I don't know what I would do without it. What it will keep me from going insane? Or what will keep me from going insane? So here comes the big question. Should I keep it? No. No, it's time to admit, I've been keeping a memory of lies. I'm the only one to blame for the shit I had to deal with. It's about time I burned it. But what after that? I could open the door out of here, face whatever's waiting for me, or I could stay with the fire and let go. Whatever the choice, it's time to say goodbye. Nice, I guess we light the diary on fire. I guess. Oh. Alright, time to open up. Am I supposed to... Oh wow. That was a really, like I said before, I kind of regret I didn't play this earlier. See, when I downloaded this a long time ago, I did so because I heard from so many people that it was really good. And then I saw the reading that you had to do, and I was just kind of like, no, 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 no. But it was really good. I really enjoyed that. And my throat is actually, I mean, that's probably the most I've talked in a while, so my throat's kind of sore now. And I'm very proud of myself for finishing this all in one day without stopping. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and thanks for watching.